ball game.
What's good, guys? Welcome back to SH. It's Omar today, and I'm with friend of the channel, Josh. How we feeling today?
I'm doing good, man. How you doing? Thanks for having me.
Of course. I'm doing great, fantastic. Game 1 of the finals ended last night. Absolutely amazing. Got me feeling a little delusional that we're right there, but it's our off-season time. Let's talk about it. So I know we've heard a couple rumors here and there of what the Magic are going to do. So based on those rumors, have you adjusted your tone towards any of the guys? How are you feeling?
I'm feeling good. I know I'll probably talk about the rebrand a little bit later, but I mean, we're hearing a lot of rumors. I mean, just a few days ago you hear about Malik Monk, but I don't know if that's more so like the Magic front office just quote unquote being ready to finally make a big move or not. I'm critical of Jeff Altman, but I also know he has basketball knowledge. He's not dumb. He knows Paolo and Franz, and to a degree Jalen, they're ready to win now. So I gotta trust that him and Anthony Parker, gonna make moves to hopefully put this team into contention. Now that does mean getting rid of the dead weight that's currently on the team. I don't know if you want to get into names later or not at all, but this is an exciting off-season. I think this whole week has been great for the Magic City community, and it's only going to get up from here.
Wow, you're trusting in Weltman now. I haven't heard those words in years. Love that. You haven't trusted Weltman in years. I absolutely love that. Okay, so I mean that's fine. If we can get into the players that you think are out, I will say though, the being reported that the Magic were trying to acquire Nickeil Alexander-Walker at the trade deadline, and it just didn't pan out. That makes me feel a lot better. I was saying like they tried and it made no sense to trade for someone that they could get this offseason if they really wanted to, when Minnesota was probably trying to get a pick when they're gonna lose them anyways. I can't be upset. That's why the deadline's so much harder to me than the offseason to make deals, because you are pinched by like 2 o'clock. You have to get it done. If not, it's not gonna happen. It is what it is. That's fine. So yeah, we'll end on a good note later. Talk about the rebrand to end it. But let's do it. Let's just get right into it. So before we get into the current Magic players that you think are likely not going to be on this roster moving forward, I want like your top 5 players that you want them to go after this offseason.
I like everybody on the team. Just because I'm ready to move on from them doesn't mean like I have any ill will towards them. The guys on my list, they definitely had their bright spots of the season, and they definitely had their low moments. But obviously I wish them the best no matter what happens this offseason. So my 5 guys are, I have Wendell. I know you guys on the list.
This is not the list. This is not the list I was talking about, but okay, go off.
He did end the season strong. I will give him that. You know, sometimes I don't know, everyone always brings up people go through things throughout the season, you know, and sometimes I just wish that he was better consistently. I wished him being a true center, but obviously he likes to play a certain way, and that's okay. That's something like I think I just came to understand and realize and respect to a degree, because I saw against certain teams, especially against the Hawks, like he can do some damage, whether it's in the playing game, or to a degree hold his own in the first round against Porzingis, or whether it was Luke Cornett. He had his moments. I just think we need to move on to another center, so that's one guy I'd like to move off from. Another one is also your boy, Cole Anthony. Again, another guy who's just, he's solid when he's consistent. But the consistency after 5 seasons, I think, 5, is just not there. And trust me, when he was first drafted, I was a huge fan of his. So him being on the list does hurt. Because I wish he could have become consistent on the Magic. I'm sure the second we do trade him, he will become consistent somewhere else, and that's gonna hurt. But it's just like after 5 seasons, you know what he's doing for this team, and I think we just need to learn better. My third guy, it's not that I want to move on from him, but it's just like he's not doing anything for this team. And Gary Harris, I like his personality, very similar to Cole Anthony. Like, moving on from him, like, again, another guy, when he's locked in, he's solid for this team. When I say I don't want to move on from it, it's not every day you have a vet that everyone wants to be around. And anytime you hear interviews, they do praise Gary Harris, not just for his style or lack of thereof, but like he's just there. People like him. Similar to Kojo, like when he's there, he can like they look up to him in a certain way. But he obviously is not the same guy that we even saw when he was first like traded here. He's kind of regressed. He's only getting older, taking up cap room, and so he's another guy I'd like to move on from as well. And then from there on, to be honest, it's not like there's a certain guy that I just want to move on from. Every guy is just, besides the trio, we all know who the trio is, they're just not untouchable for me. Like Jet Howard, he's probably going to be a trade piece. I like Goga Batadze, but he's not untouchable. You know, like the second you start putting Goga in the he's untouchable conversations, like we're becoming desperate as fans. You're trying to make something work. Again, he's a great addition to the roster. I like him. I hope he can stay. But he's not going to be the reason we don't make a big trade. Like if he needs to be in the trade, he needs to be in the trade, and I'm fine with that.
Okay.
So those are like my three guys. I know it's not five, but
no, you're fine. That's you're absolutely okay because that's not the list I asked. It was more so you wanted to acquire, but I feel that you were really ready to get those names off your chest.
Oh, sorry.
No, you're fine. No, you're fine. I can tell you really want Wendell off the team. That's cool. I don't.
Oh, I thought it was ready to get rid of, not acquire. My bad.
You're good. So I mean, I'll just counter this list. When it comes to Wendell Carter, he's the only other guy outside of Franz and Paul to average 10 plus against Boston. He averaged a double-double. He played 68 games, career high. And it's like, did he shoot well last year? No. No one did. Not Franz, not Dell, not Cole. Actually, Cole shot it pretty well. But you know what I'm saying? Like, not KCP. All these guys that they all shot under what we expected. So I'm not going to sit here and just signal out Wendell Carter for that when the whole roster did it. And Wendell did so many things different. I think a lot of people underestimate the identity defensively of what this team is their switchability. Wendell is the perfect center for that defensive ability. We saw he guarded Jason Tatum well when he was forced to switch out. Same thing with Jaylen Brown. And he was able to do pretty well against KP. And it's like, I'm not ready to give that up unless it's a very, very clear upgrade. And I don't think there is. On the market that you expect, that player doesn't exist.
You gotta make that player exist.
Because Indiana's not giving up Miles Turner. I'm good paying Bam $50 a year. You're not getting Jokic. There's no center that's right there. Nick Claxton, I'm good. I'd rather have Wendell Carter. So it's like, I'm willing to bet that his shooting bounces back to what we saw the last couple of years, because he was a pretty good shooter, shooting 36+% in the last 2 years before this one from three. And if he's able to get back to that, I have no complaints whatsoever with Wendell Carter. Cole Anthony, on the other hand, I tried. He got played off the floor again in the playoffs. But to me, culture matters. So if Cole Anthony is your 10th man and is the first one shaved off during playoff time, I'm cool with it. I'm cool to still have him on this roster because culture matters. And we're seeing with Indiana and Oklahoma City, you need to like your teammates in order to take it to the next level. That matters. And to me, that's why Cole's still important to the team, to the point if he's too inconsistent to play in the playoffs, cool. He could probably still give you 10, 15 minutes a night during the regular season. So I still think Cole has a spot on this team. Does he play in the playoff rotation? No, it is what it is. He got outplayed, and I think Cole showed last year that he's okay with that. If he doesn't play well, he's okay with not being in the rotation. Of course, it sucks and it hurts as a competitor, but that's just the lifestyle of this NBA. Now, Gary Harris during when it comes to Gary, it sounded like he was gone, especially during his exit interview. So I wouldn't be surprised if Gary's gone. I hope Kojo's still here. I expect Goga, honestly, to probably be gone. And unfortunate as it is, I also expect likely AB to be gone.
Personally, I'm okay. He's not untouchable to me. Obviously, I don't have a problem giving him another year to really develop that three and show us what he can do if he's potentially starting. But to say he's untouchable is like...
Okay. So you say AB. Okay, so you can't... Okay, this is like a lot of like my frustration, especially because I see it across Twitter. A lot of Magic fans swear that they're ready to win now, and like Jet Howard for Kobe White, and that's their plan. That's not how this works. You're not getting Anthony Simons. You're not getting Kobe White. You're not getting Colin Sexton. You're not getting whatever point guard that's out there. You're not getting Austin Reeves for Jet Howard and Goga. That's not happening. There's no reason for Chicago to do it, this, that, or the other. That price tag is going to be Anthony Black, if that's the route Orlando chooses to take.
A lot of people, it's such a saying, they don't really want to win a championship. You can't win a championship and keep every guy you like. Magic, Twitter, or social media will tell you can get Colin Sexton or you can get Kobe White, and all you have to do is give up the bare minimum. No, that's not true.
And it makes no sense because they sit there and bash these guys and then swear they're the top of the crop that everyone else should want.
Like, why would they want them? You need to give up good players to get great players. And if you're not willing to give up Anthony Black for someone who's already proven he's better, maybe AB has more potential. I won't deny that. But we have to stop mixing potential with who they are. And if you're ready to win now, go make the move now. Don't wait 2 to 3 years. And then in 3 years, when we're still not competing for chips, Paolo and Franz request a trade. Magic fans act like we got 20 years with these guys. What star has stayed with their team forever besides Dirk Nowitzki? You don't have 20 years with these guys. You better build a team now.
I think there's still, and again, I agree. There's only a very few for lifers left in this league. I think Jason Tatum might be one. It's like Halgren got traded, so he's off. SGA don't count. But it's there's very few. I think Wembanyama is likely gonna be one. But it's like outside of that, and it's like and again, AB is a very good player. We're not sitting here saying he's not. But Orlando shot themselves in the foot by taking another damn point guard that can't shoot. Can AB eventually develop a jump shot? Sure. But that doesn't equate with winning now.
I'd argue, like, his shooting definitely improved this season from last season, from 3 and from 2. But is that what you need in your starting point guard? Every time we see a game, right? After the game is done, what is this offense? We need to improve the offense. Paolo and Franz must be, they must be out of their minds with how this team is playing. Like, how poorly, being a top 5, bottom 5 offensive team, bottom 5 3-point shooting team. And yet you don't want to make the trades necessary to get better. So what you're saying is you just want to continue to complain on social media, but not do anything about it. Because y'all don't have the balls to actually do shit.
And it sucks because, like, I wish AB was there. AB's there defensively. He just hasn't developed that self-creation yet. And it's last year was essentially his rookie year in terms of playing consistently. So it sucks that we're asking this of him. But Franz and Paolo took such a leap so quickly. And it's like, yeah, it might have looked different if Jalen and Mo didn't get hurt. So KCP looked a lot better and we were able to give AB more time. But that's not what happened. So now, like, you forced yourself to the point where, and then Weltman opened his mouth too. It's the fact he also opened his mouth and said there's transactions coming. So when you look up and down the roster, it's pick 16, pick 25, and AB. Those are your top 3 assets that are like the most valuable.
This is a stacked draft. This is a stack grab. You can do a lot.
Exactly. And that's what allows you to get someone like Kobe White, if that's the guy you want to go after. Because that's personally, we can get into this now. Like your top 3 like players you want to go after. Kobe White's my number 1.
You go.
Kobe White is most definitely my number 1. He 6'4". He has the size that the Magic like to have at their guard spots. He can shoot. He can play off and on the ball. He's able to take some of the playmaking burden off of Paulo and Franz. He's able to play off them. He averaged 20 plus down the stretch for Chicago. Good to great shooter. Shoots with volume, something KCP never did to begin with. And he's young. He has the same timeline. And he's getting played on a team-friendly deal with like 12.5, if I'm not mistaken. So you bring him in, and you are able to like this, and you're able to see how that plays out. My number 2, I'm really interested.
Okay.
Is Royce O'Neal.
Wow.
Royce O'Neal is up there for me in terms of adding another guy to the bench unit. That's an actual 3-and-D guy that has like a lot of playoff experience. That's played on high level teams. Royce O'Neal's 32. He would be another good vet for this team. That's consistently shooting the ball extremely well. And I think Kevin Durant gets moved in this offseason. Orlando can get involved as a third team to get him. Now, for my third option, I know everyone wants Anthony Simons. I get it. But for me, it's very important to stick to your principles and your identity while figuring out how to add said talent, which is why Kobe White's my number 1. Anthony Simons, to me, has improved enough to be there defensively. And we saw it with New York. If you have so many defensive liabilities, you're going to get cooked. They had Cat and Brunson, so they got cooked. And I haven't seen enough out of Anthony to be like, yes, go get him. That's number 1. Plus, he's already getting paid 25. So it's like, he is my number 3. Don't get me wrong, but it's like a slight bigger gap than what most people expect from me. Again, if we get Anthony Simons, I'm cool with it. That's your point guard. You're sealed into that starting 5. But I would prefer Orlando going after those 2. And especially, if you do get Royce O'Neal, you add that shooting, plus you're probably able to keep AB in that deal. To me, Colin Sexton hasn't showed the 3-point shooting ability consistently. I'm off Trae Young. I'm off LaMelo. I'm cool. I don't want Darius Garland. I don't want a 3rd star. That's not what wins in this league anymore. You're not gonna gut this roster completely and then trot out 3 stars, lose in the 2nd round because you have no depth. And you're in the same cycle as some of these other teams. And then, as an honorable mention, Chris Paul is another guard. He would do a lot for this team on and off the floor. He would be able to teach Jalen so many skills for a point guard ability. If that's again, it doesn't another point you bring Kobe. He could teach AB how to play make it, and that's someone you could bring off with free agency with a vet minimum deal. He said today, he tweeted that his family comes first. And I am so sorry. I completely tweaked. Anthony Simons is not my number 3. My number 3 is Nickeil Alexander-Walker. What he showed for Minnesota was absolutely outstanding. His 3-point shooting ability. Part of me thinks he can start next to Jalen. I've seen enough flashes of his playmaking ability. He's great defensively. Shot the 3 ball extremely well in the playoffs. And I think that's hopefully someone Orlando's able to get. What are your 3?
I just want to say I liked I like your list, but I like Royce O'Neal. I think that I didn't think about him, but he's the definition of a consistent guy. That 3-point shot is hella consistent, and he's played, like you said, with top stars on top teams. So no, that was a great pick. I really like that. Our lists are very similar in terms of three guys. It's not in any particular order. Like I'd be cool with any one of these guys. I also have Kobe White on the list. He's someone I really wanted the Magic to get at the trade deadline. Sometimes you think about realistic guys that you want, and I thought he was just perfect for this team. And it just felt like at the time they didn't have to give it too much. But hey, things didn't work out, I guess. But he would be a great addition to this team, and I don't think you have to break the bank either. If you have to give up AD, I don't know. I would do it personally. I think you literally see Kobe White. He can put up 20 nightly. Now, if you're playing next to Pablo in front, you probably won't be. But you got another scorer in him. You got another three-point shooter in him, and someone who just hustles. I've seen him hustle a lot in his highlights. I haven't watched the games, but I see his highlights. And he's someone who hustles for the ball. That's all we can really ask for someone to do on this team. Another guy is Malik Monk. I know you heard his name this week. It's probably just a rumor, but I think his shooting ability, I don't need anything else from him, even though he can do more. His shooting ability is crazy, and we've seen that against the Magic so many times, and I think that'll be valuable. Again, another guy, I don't think you have to break the bank for him, especially, I think he might be coming on towards the end of his contract, I'm not too sure. But I think another great guy that the Magic can go for, that's a realistic option as well. I also have Colin Sexton on the list. When in the draft, actually, I think it was he was drafted in 2019 or something.
Some 2018 around there.
It was with the Darius Garland draft, but another guy who's just he's the definition of a Magic. He hustles for the ball. He can score a basketball. I know his 3-point shot's a little iffy, but I'd actually take a risk on him than what Anthony Black has just shown so far. But he's like, they call him the young bull for a reason. But like him next to Jalen defensively, again, and I don't think besides the 3-point shot, there's too much gaps offensively. I think he can also just score the basketball, and again, he's someone who goes for it. That's all you can really ask for. He's someone who goes for it, who puts their heart out on it. He's literally heart and hustle. If you put him on the team, you can see it. I know when you're on a losing team, people may not see that so much, but I would love him on the team. An honorable mention, that's just a pipe dream, Trae Young. I think he's the perfect.
I'm good. Hell.
I know Magic fans don't want a third star, or they didn't like how his attitude was in the playing game, but when you see him play basketball, there's something special about him. I know we'd have to break the bank for him, and that's why people don't want to do it, because there's no point if you give up half your team just for one star. Obviously, it's not going to happen, but make your wish.
Jalen's gone. AB's gone. J.I.'s
I give up the whole team for Trae Young, besides Jalen, Pablo, and Bron.
Jalen's gone. You don't trade for a star and keep Jalen. That doesn't happen.
But yeah, the other three guys, they're the realistic options that I'd like.
Yeah.
Alexander Walker, he's still a really good option too. I like that.
Yeah, so my three would definitely be Kobe, Royce, and Nikhil. Those are my three. So my question to you is, if Malik Monk is the guy you go for, are you ready to give Jalen back another chance at point guard next year? Because that's what you're doing.
Yeah. To be honest,
because I watched Sacramento post to trade deadline. It wasn't pretty.
Oh. Yeah, they sucked. I mean, people expected that after the Fox trade, but Jalen, I don't need him to. Obviously, like you said, Chris Paul would be a great addition to the roster. He just needs to. I think he's done a great job of slowing himself down. Just make the right passes. There's no need to get fancy. There's no need to do too much. Just make the right passes. When you see the lob, throw it up. Hopefully, the other guy runs for the ball. Do what you can. They just gotta build more chemistry. When you build more chemistry, it's easy to make more passes. Therefore, he'll probably look better as the point guard. He does need to get handles. So hopefully, he works with somebody in the offseason on his handles. But I don't need him to be a true point guard. But it would be great for him to average around 5+ assists. So okay. He's not far from it.
Yeah, and I think especially if you take one of the guards like a Sexton, which I'm not comfortable with because of his 3-point shooting inconsistency, and that's something we desperately need on this team. or Kobe White, you're able to make a secondary deal to bring in multiple guys, whether it be Nikhil, Chris, using pick 16 or whatever. I'm also just so. Before we get to the rebranding, what is your hope out of the draft? Because I am really hoping the Magic take 0 rookies. I get how good this draft is, but I want no rookies on this team next year.
My thing is, I'm okay with 1 rookie if they get rid of some guys. If you see someone that has really good potential and you think they can produce now, willingly give them time now, and they're not a Jet Howard, like, okay, we drafted you with a high pick, but now we ain't gonna play you. Providing they play, I'm okay with it. If you get 1 rookie and you get rid of a deadweight guy on this team. But otherwise, you better package these picks so you better see no rookies at all. Because there's no way in hell you're wasting another 2 high draft picks. Well, 25 and it's still first round, but make the most out of your draft picks and make a fucking trade. Like you basically wasted 2 years with Jet Howard. You could have traded that 11th pick for something. And that's produced nothing so far. You put him in G League to do nothing. So they just gotta capitalize. We know Jeff Waltman is a smart man. Hopefully he can do something this on draft day or before or after. So
yeah, my like knockback on that is you see how Jet Howard wasn't very good, so like that, I guess that could be the point of like, oh, this rookie is gonna be better than Jet day 1, so he has a better chance of contributing. But my deal is Tristan Da Silva. We saw Da Silva have a lot of flashes early on the year when we had injuries, but you still couldn't find them any PT, any playing time. So it's like you're gonna have another rookie that can't get any playing time, especially. Yeah, go.
I mean, like, unless you, in that case, you have to get rid of multiple guys. You gotta get rid of, and I'm talking rotation guys. So that's Cole, that's Gary. Who else is there? I mean, Cole's only played because Cole couldn't play, and Jalen got injured. But yeah, Cole and Gary for sure gotta go. I mean, they're
okay. So I'll put it this way: filling out a rotation would be the starting guard spot next to Jalen. Plus, because in my mind it's Jalen, question mark, Franz, P, Dell. And then off the bench you have Mo, you have J.I. And I guess 3 question marks, whether it be KCP off the bench now. Cole.
So not even off the bench, but mine can be traded.
Again.
And they had this guy in the rebrand. We'll get to that later, but
yeah, and it's like question, and then like Cole being your 10th guy, and then another guard and another 3. And if we're talking about we want to bring in 2 guys, let's pretend it's Kobe White and Nikhil. It's like where are you gonna have time for these rookies? Royce O'Neal and Kobe White. You have Kobe, Jalen, Franz, P, Dell, and then you have Cole, Royce, J.I., and Mo. It's like, where's it gonna give to have time for a rookie? And I just personally don't see it.
No, I mean that's fair.
So that's how it's like. There's no point in trying to go after another rookie to have no development time, and then have fans complain, oh, this is another Jeff Waltman miss, and it's like,
yeah,
they were doomed for failure from the start. All right, so before we go, let's talk about this beautiful rebrand. I am gonna miss this comment. The comment to me is beautiful, but our font used to suck. My favorite iteration of our logo is the mid 2000s, the McGrady and early Dwight era. That's my favorite iteration of Magic logo, but I am absolutely happy with our new logo. How do you feel?
Yeah, I mean, it's really beautiful. I'm confused on which one is the primary logo. Is the one with the circle or the one that's just the actual the new Magic logo? But either way, it's beautiful. I mean, the second I even saw those jerseys, my eyes had the hearts inside of it. Like, even the statement one, which people were saying was a homage to the warm-up jackets that Shaq and Penny used to wear back in that era. Even those ones, it hit for me right away. I know it took some people some time, but I'm like, yo, that's actually fire. I think they did a great job. They clearly heard the fans. As they mentioned, this has been in the stages for a few years. Yeah, it looks beautiful. I like the new court, the new blue. I think it's a more like vibrant blue that kind of works better now with the team. And yeah, I'm really happy. Can't wait to cop a jersey. Which one's your favorite one? If you had to pick one.
Man, I went to IKEA and I saw all three in person.
Did you actually?
Yeah, the homage to the warm-up jacket, it looks better in person than it does through the screen. So I'll give it that. Our court is absolutely beautiful. My favorite jersey of the three might be the white one.
Okay.
That white one is absolutely beautiful. I know I have to buy a white one because based on what I have an old school Penny Hardaway blue jersey. I don't have nothing white. I have the McGrady Stars one and blue one for Palo. So I need to get me a Franz white jersey. That's a cop. I might have to get 3 jerseys and a couple t-shirts because this new logo is absolutely stunning. But yeah, our primary logo, if I'm not mistaken, is the circle. Which I don't mind, personally.
I mean, I don't mind it, but I kind of just liked it without the circle, but still, it looks cool, so.
Yeah, I can't really complain. I think it's an absolute stun. And it really, I will say this, it did piss me off watching, like, national NBA Twitter. The moment we got the circle, it became a problem. But not before... I think it has to do more with, like, how the NBA wants to, like... What's the word I want to use? Not brand, but, like... It's easier to have it for social media is having it within a circle.
And to be fair, like, every team still has its own logo. It's just in a circle now.
Yeah.
It's not like the logo's with the circle, so... Yeah, but yeah.
Beautiful. But alright, my friend, anything else you want to hit on before we go?
No, man. I just want to say thank you again for having me. It was fun talking Magic basketball with you. I'm excited. You know, I never lost trust in Jeff Waltman, but I did question if he really wanted to win a championship because we don't really hear interviews from him, and then when we do, it's all about development, focusing on the young guys. And when we heard his exit interview with like Mike Belanti or something, that's when he was like, man, we're ready to win now. We're ready to make the moves necessary. And I think that's just what Magic fans needed to hear. I'm also holding him to his word. This cannot be a trade deadline situation. You gotta make the move in the off-season and go into the new season with the new team. You cannot wait till the trade deadline again. But assuming everything does go well, I think we're in for a great off-season. Really happy with this rebranding. And let's see what happens at the draft.
Yeah, absolutely. We got a new look, new roster coming. This finals run next year is gonna hit different. And we'll see you guys next time. Peace.